Hello all. I'm sure nobody's going to be watching this, but I suppose it's more for my own benefit than anything. It's just to kind of sum up the year and what next year's going to bring, just kind of racing wise and so on and so forth. As I said, it's more for my own benefit to set out a few goals and a few thoughts on this year so I can kind of look back and see what's what. But yeah, I started last year, I suppose most importantly, was because of my ADHD. I kind of didn't know it was a thing, didn't know it existed, so on and so forth. And ultimately, it had caused so many issues in life, not being diagnosed, and I just couldn't operate, couldn't do anything, couldn't keep a job down, definitely couldn't keep a hobby down. Not for a year like I have doing this. It's been a bit of an eye opener. So I mean, that's the biggest thing probably to change this year. And I started going karting at South West Karting at Haynes Museum with my little girl Molly, and it just kind of it's gone mad from there really. So I've kind of picked that up, starting with kind of times of like 40 seconds going around the track. Now I've got it down to kind of 25, I think, or something. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of just chipping away and going from there, reading up, watching things, seeing what other people are doing, kind of YouTube videos and so on and so forth, and what's it all about. Didn't even know hire kart racing even existed, didn't know it was a thing. So to kind of come to the end of the year having, sorry for the flashing lights, got Christmas decks up. Come to the end of the year to actually having won, albeit just an open race, having won a race and not doing too bad for kind of a newbie. I originally looked at doing cheaper motorsports, kind of 750 club and so on and so forth, and the prices are absolutely mad, even for what they call a relatively cheap series. So it was a no go, and I dismissed hire kart simply because I thought, oh well, it's going to be kind of a bit of a kind of Sunday league of motorsports, but it's quite the opposite, and everyone's been ace, everyone's been amazing really, and the competition is really good. It's really close, really good fun, and so on and so forth. So it's worked out well. I started off at South West Karting. I think my second track ever was South Coast Karting near Bournemouth, near the airport there, and I really picked it up from there. I went and done a couple of laps again with my little girl, and just something clicked. Found out they had their own championship. They'd done the King of the Coast. They'd done open races and so on and so forth. So it was the place to kind of jump in and kind of get a real feel for things. And yeah, enjoyed it. Also done a round of the Rappy Kart series at Mounsell Raceway. That was my third ever track that I've ever been to. Didn't finish very well with that, shall we say, but that was nerves. I didn't want to get in anyone's way, didn't want to cause any issues, and that's not really the way to race, as I found out. And kind of my last race that I'd done, I learnt from doing that race in the Rappy Kart series there, and kind of thought, well, I need to kind of get my elbows out and get stuck in and race essentially, and not just kind of be happy to pootle along at the back just to gain a bit of experience. So yeah. So that was quite an eye opener doing that, and seeing how good some of the hire kart guys are, and say in the Rappy Kart series there. I mean, genuinely, probably some of the best hire kart racers in the country, I would have thought. So yeah, that's kind of building up with this year. Done an open race with at South Coast Karting and come second, and then done the King of the Coast and I come fourth in my heat there, which I shouldn't say I should have won that, but again, when I kind of at the start, I let everyone pile through. I just weren't switched on. Then I'd done an open race against a couple of decent drivers and finished first, albeit in the rain. And that was kind of a bit of a confidence boost. So I'm not, under no illusions that next year is going to be difficult, as I'm now in the heavyweight series of the South Coast Karting Championship. So that starts in January. That's going to be my main aim for next year, is the Wednesday night races, and hopefully I'll get on and pick up any kind of races here and there in other race leagues, no matter where it is. Hopefully I'll get a few in the Rappy car. I was going to do that next year, but it's just, as I say, it's quite far away, some of the races, and I've not got the time to be able to kind of do it, whereas I'm about an hour and a bit away from the South Coast Karting League, and so I'll pick up bits and pieces of any other races going around in the area just to see how it goes. It's good to try out on new tracks, so on and so forth. So yeah, so that was last year, so I've come a long way. Next year, do the South Coast Karting League, do whatever else I can pick up. And what's made it possible is being sponsored by FJ Chalk, the car sales guys from all around the area here. So, I mean, they've got Wincanton, Mere, Yeovil, and so on and so forth. And so they've kind of helped us out to be able to afford to enter the series that I'm doing. So they've been absolutely amazing, and genuinely I couldn't afford to do it without them. So hopefully I'll see you all out on track. Good luck for whatever next year brings you, and hopefully you achieve everything you need to achieve, and I'll see you out on track. So fingers crossed, all the best.